Hi friends, this is Bilal Haider and this is my ninth video tutorial on how to create a 3D game in a Unity 3D. In this video I'll be talking about how you can combine um, more than one objects and you can make a single object from them. Okay, and later on I'll also talk about physics and how you can add physics to your components. I'll also describe you what is physics. Okay, so let me go ahead and create some create a silly object here. So let me go ahead and in my top view, and let me go ahead and scale this box slightly higher, wider, and well, actually I am trying to make a table here. Okay, just to show you point 2 and point 2. Okay, now let me go ahead in my z-axis and bring this box slightly higher, and let me go ahead and duplicate this cylinder and move it here somewhere. And now let me go ahead and select both of these cylinders, click one cylinder and press and hold Control and select the other cylinder and duplicate, and then move them here and move these two here, and maybe you can increase the height so it would look like a table. Okay, so guys, here we have one table here, with silly legs, and let's drop our sphere onto our table. Okay, so now that we have this table in here and we want to use this table in our game, we want to, let's say I want to make one home, and that home will have more than 5 rooms in it, and I want this table to be there in all the 5 rooms. Okay, so what I will do here, I won't be going to create this table again and again. Okay, so what I'll be doing here, the first thing I will do here, I will select all of these objects, this cube here, this cylinder here, and this cylinder, and all the 4 cylinders in this cube, and I will put them inside one empty game object, and it will become a single object. At the same time, all these cylinders will they will be having distinct properties. I mean, you can apply a wooden texture to all of these legs, and you can apply some gloss material to this box here. Okay, so let me go ahead and create an empty object, and I will add all of these objects which are making this table, and you will see what I'm talking about. Let me go ahead and create empty game object, and let's go ahead, rename it and call it table. Okay, and now I will choose all the 4 cylinders and is the cube? Here it is. And I will drag and put them all into my this empty game object. Okay, now I have, when I will select this table in here, it will select all the objects which are there inside it. Okay, and I can move it anywhere I want to move it. Okay, so by doing this, you can create one object um, which um, which is uh, which is a composite thing of several other objects. Okay, now we have discussed how we can combine some objects and how we can create um, objects from objects. Okay, now let me talk about physics here. Okay, so what physics means is that let's say whenever you see water, you can clearly say that it has some properties, like it flows, and whenever you put it into something, it takes the shape of that very thing. Okay, you put the water into a glass, it will take the shape of that glass. You will put the water into a bottle, it will take the shape of the bottle, and so on. That's the physics involved in that water. Okay, and one more thing about rigid objects, that whenever you will select a ball and you will take it slightly higher, and when you it will come down to the ground. Okay, what's that? That's physics. Okay, so this is what we are going to do in here, that we'll apply some physics to our objects. So when we will apply some physics to this sphere, it will drop down to this onto this table. Okay, so let's go ahead here in the inspector window here, the inspector section or panel or whatever it is. You can see several things here, like sphere collider. It's again a physics thing. Okay, sphere collider means that whatever thing when this thing is applied to it, it will collide with other things. Okay, so if you won't be applying this sphere collider with this sphere, it will go through all the objects. Like if you will apply a rigid body component to it, or let me go ahead and add rigid body component, and I will discuss colliders afterwards. So when you want to apply some physics to some object, you click that object, select it, and you click add. Under inspector section here, you go down and click add component, and then you choose physics and add any any physics material here which you can find here. Let's go ahead and add a rigid body to it, and then let's go ahead and click, let me maximize and play, and let me click play, and let's see what happens. Okay, what you have seen here, that when I clicked play button, the ball came down and it dropped onto this table. Let me take it to a higher level, and let me add some light in here. Let me go ahead and add directional light, and let me go ahead and apply some let me go ahead and apply some texture to this table, and now let me go ahead and click play. So here you see that ball dropped again onto the table. That's because we have applied physics to this ball. So now we have added a rigid body component to this ball, which is physics. And what rigid body means, that it means that whenever we'll apply this component to any of the objects, in our space, it will add some properties to that object. Like it will use gravity. That means that it will be pulled toward the ground. Okay, and also we have applied this sphere collider. That means whenever it will find some other object, it will collide to that object. Okay, so if we don't apply this sphere collider here, let's go ahead and play again and see what happens. It dropped down and it passed through this table. So that means it doesn't have that property to collide with other objects. So when we add this sphere collider to it, now it can collide with other objects and behave like that. Okay, so now in this video we have learned how to combine objects and make a single object from that, and we have learned something about physics. We have learned what is a rigid body component and what are colliders. Okay, so in next video I'll be starting making a complete scene for our video. I'll be adding some roads, some grass, some water, and some cool things, and we'll throw uh, our first character into that field and we will play with it. So see you in the next videos. Thank you for watching.